Okay, students, good morning. Today we are going to study about figures of speech. Figures of speech can be very useful not only to answer but appreciate any form of English literature. At the same time, when one understands figures of speech, they can really understand and comprehend various forms of literature. So, what is figure of speech? A figure of speech is a departure from the ordinary form of expression. A figure of speech is a departure from the ordinary form of expression or the ordinary course of ideas in order to produce a greater effect. So, figure of speech, as it suggests, that it is used to make any form of literature impressive and interesting. Without it, the form of literature will look very monotonous and boring. So, let us study various kinds of figures of speech. The first one, alliteration. I hope you know about it. Alliteration is a sequence of repeated initial sounds, usually before stressed syllables. Example: full fathom 5 thy father lies. Full fathom 5 father lies. See that here you have repetition of F sound 4 times. F in full, F in fathom, F in 5, F in father. So 4 times. Another example: Sally sells, she shells by the seashore. Repetition of S sound. Rascals and rogues ran a race round and round the rugged rock. Rascals and rogues ran a race round and round the rugged park. So, in this way, you see that repetition of letter can be seen in this figure of speech. Another figure of speech is apostrophe. Apostrophe is a figure of speech in which there is a direct address to the dead or to the absent. So when you see addressation to the dead or to the absent, there lies figure of speech apostrophe. In this figure of speech, exclamation mark is used. Some words of interjection can be used. Now example. Life. I know not what thou art. O death, where is thy sting? O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts. Another example, and that is very famous. Frailty, thy name is human. From Julius Caesar, one line. Mighty Caesar, does thou lie so low? World, O life, O time. Another example. Liberty, why are you so dear? Etc. So apostrophe is a figure of speech where you can see direct addressing of some dead or absent. Now another figure of speech is, and you know that, I hope you are familiar with that, that is irony. What is irony? Irony is a figure of speech in which you can see the difference between appearance and reality. In another word, a mode of expression in which the real meaning is exactly the opposite of that which is literally conveyed. For example, you are a pretty fellow. When someone is very cunning, you know that he or she is very cunning, and you express in such word like you are a pretty fellow, though the person you are addressing is not pretty, not good, but even then you see. So irony is a figure of speech in which real meaning is just opposite of the statement. Some other example. One truth is clear, whatever is right. I must be taught my duty and by you, etc. Now another important figure of speech which you see in various form of literature commonly, that is metaphor. What is metaphor? A figure of speech in which two objects are compared and treated as one. It is also known as implicit simile. Words of comparison are not used. For example, life is a dream. See that life is compared with a dream, but there is no comparative words like, so, as, etc. Life is not a bed of roses. Another example, life is a tale told by an idiot. Another example, life is but a walking shadow. Another example, friendship is a sheltering tree. A sad line, my heart is a lonely hunter that haunts on a lonely hill. The very famous example, you can listen The camel is the sheep of desert. Another example, revenge is a kind of wild justice. So these are example of metaphor. It is a figure of speech in which objects are compared and treated as one. Words of comparison are not given and used. There is another metaphor which is known as mixed metaphor. What is mixed metaphor? I am going to explain. Though it is only for your knowledge, it is not asked and you will not show it. The terms of comparison change intentionally or unintentionally for a humorous purpose. A figure of speech in which terms of comparison changed intentionally or unintentionally for a humorous purpose. So mixed metaphor is a figure of speech in which terms of comparison is changed intentionally or unintentionally for a humorous purpose. For example, I smell a rat here. I smell a rat here. So this is one of the example of mixed metaphor. Next figure of speech is metonymy. 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 In metonymy, an object is designated by the name of something. In metonymy, an object is designated by the name of something which is generally associated with it. For example, crown for royalty, lab coats for scientists, the bench for the judges, the house for the members of Lok Sabha. So in these followings you can see the word stands for something else to which they associate. Crown refers the royalty and king. Bench refers the judges. Another beautiful example you have the White House. White House said. So the White House stands for the President of USA. Pen is mightier than the sword. So here C, metonymy. A word stands for something else. Pen refers literate person, an officer, a principal, etc. Another figure of speech, that is onomatopoeia. onomatopoeia. Many students make mistake while writing the spelling of that, so remember it. Onomatopoeia is a literary device in which the sound suggests its meaning. In another word, it is a figure of speech in which the sound suggests its meaning. Example, the murmurous haunt of flies on summer eves. I babble on the pebbles. So, in in onomatopoeic line, sound is clearly mentioned. Next figure of speech is oxymoron. Oxymoron. Oxymoron is a figure of speech in which two opposite qualities are added to the same thing. Example: he is regularly irregular. He is an honest thief. So honest, opposite of thief. So in a line, two words. Word and with its opposite will refer oxymoron. Regularly irregular. He is regularly irregular. Regularly word, irregular opposite. So when you see such sequences of words where the second one is the opposite of the first one, there lies figure of speech oxymoron. The next, personification. Personification is a figure of speech in which lifeless objects and abstract ideas are thought of as person having life. E.g., opportunity knocks at the door but once. So opportunity cannot walk, but here opportunity is able to knock. So when lifeless objects and abstract ideas are thought of as persons having life, there lies figure of speech personification. This is very important figure of speech. An anxiety is sitting on her face. Death lays his icy hands on kings. Authority forgets a dying king. Life's sorrows sit and weep. Truth sits upon the lips of dying man. Charity suffers long and is kind. The tree quaked with fear as the wind approached. The sun smiled down on her. Pride goes forth on horseback, grand and gay, etc. So in personification, non-living thing is personified. An abstract idea is personified. A lifeless thing is personified and animated, are presented as full of life. Now another figure of speech, that is pun. Pun is a figure of speech where narrator describes various meaning by giving one. It is an art of using one word having two or more different meanings, and each of them befits the situation and creates poetic beauty in the expression. Example: when Julius Caesar enters Duncan enters, that is very easy to understand. Lady Macbeth welcomes him by saying and using pun in the following manner: Hell, O King. Hell can refer bad place or snow or welcome. So see that by saying, she does not say clear meaning. Duncan can understand that he is being welcomed by her, but she knows that she will murder him later. So this word has two meanings. For Lady Macbeth, hell is presenting hellish place, bad place, and for Duncan, an innocent king of Scotland, refers welcome. So in figure of speech pun, multi-meaning based words are spoken or written to create suspense and doubt. Then simile. Simile, you know, it is a figure of speech in which two objects are compared without or with comparative words. It is a figure of speech in which an explicit comparison is made between two essentially unlike things. Simile contains words of comparison like, as, or so. Example: thy soul was like a star and dwelt apart. Love is like a red, red rose. The quality of mercy is not strength. It drops as the gentle rain from the heaven. Another example: like patient etherized upon a table. She floats like a laugh from the lips of a dream. Simile is a figure of speech in which two dissimilar objects are compared with comparative words. The comparative words are like, so, or, as, etc. Another important figure of speech is transferred epithet. A speech in which An adjective is not used with the words it qualifies but is transferred and associated with another word which it can logically never qualifies. Example: let us speak our free hearts each to each. He passed a sleepless night. The ploughman homeward plods his weary way, etc. So transferred epithet is a figure of speech in which an adjective is not used with the word it qualifies, but it is transferred and associated with another word which it cannot logically qualify. So here adjective is transferred. Free has been transferred. So this is one of the figure of speech you should keep in mind. And the last one, synecdoche. A part is used to designate the whole or the whole to designate a part. It is a figure of speech in which a part is used to designate the whole or the whole to designate a part. Example: 611. If I say only 611, so it demonstrates the whole of the tragedy that happened in India. Some more example: he has many mouths to feed. Many mouths means family members. All the best brains in India cannot solve the problem. Best brain means policy makers, our prime minister and his team, our chief minister and his 11 members are solving and sorting out all the problem related to COVID-19 in UP. So the best brains, 611 stand for something else. So synecdoche is a figure of speech in which a part is used to designate the whole or the whole to designate a part. Thank you so much. Learn it and write in your copy. Thank you.